Well, welcome back to my channel, Iron Railroad. Today we're not going to be discussing anything about trains, but something that for the power tools that I will be using outdoors. It's about 50 degrees out here now, a little bit on the cooler side, but good working days. I'm going to talk about two sanders. I'm redoing my deck. It's a 60 foot by 20 feet, 100 foot long deck, and it's time to redo the flooring, the deck floor. So instead of using chemicals, which I really don't want to use, although there are chemical strippers that's supposedly non-toxic, but I prefer not to use the chemical strips, even though that would take only a day to strip the whole deck. Well, I chose to do it the harder way with the belt sanders. I have two belt sanders that I'm going to compare for you. I have a Craftsman and I have a 9403 Makita belt sander. The Craftsman is basically a drum sander. It has a 40 grit nylon drum in there. It's 4 pounds and it's only about 4 amps, so it's a little bit on the lighter side, and it will work for finishing touches. However, the main sander that I'm going to be using is the 13-pound Makita. 13 pound, and this is a heavy one. And I'm going to use a 36 grit sanding belt. So I just want to give you a demonstration as to what it looks like on one section of the floor deck. I did power wash as much as I could on the deck to get some of the loose flakes off, and I did make the mistake of painting the deck previously. So today I'm going to strip it all down to the bare wood, and I'm going to use a semi-lucent, translucent, or semi-solid stain instead. This will bring out the actual nice finish of the wood grain. And I do have a Douglas Fir type boards on the deck. Douglas Fir is known to have very straight grains and very few knots. So also the thing is, this deck is about 30 years old. The wood is 30 years old, but it's in good shape. I power washed most of it. I did do some sanding on certain parts of the deck, and the wood is solid. And it looks almost brand new after the sanding. So I'm going to sand one section just to show you the difference between the Craftsman and the Makita. So hold on, we're going to talk some more about this. This is the bottom side of the Craftsman. It has a drum sander. This is 40 grit. It's nylon, and it actually lasts a pretty long time for a nylon 40 grit sander. This one is a 36 grit, pretty close to the 40, but a little bit coarser. And this is the belt sander for the Makita, model number 9403. I'm going to be changing out the sanding belt. The other one has been used somewhat. It's easy. It's a lever. You pull the lever up. It loosens the belt. Just pull it up. Comes right out. A little bit worn. You've got to be sure when you put the new belt on, follow the arrows. The arrows goes to the right on the bottom side. So if you can see this, that will be on the bottom facing forward. And that's it. Got the vacuum hose here. This is the track adjuster. On the Craftsman, it's sort of similar, except it's not a belt sander, it's a drum sander. and you do have no need to adjust on this one because it stays in one place. That's the one advantage of the drum. However, it is a lighter sander. It's 4 pounds versus the 13 pounder. Well, we're going to run the test now. I'm going to do the Makita 9403 test first on one little portion of the deck, and then I will follow up with the Craftsman, the drum sander. So let's see where it takes us. Let's see what the comparison looks like. I expect the 13 pounder to be a little bit more efficient because it's heavier, and that helps a lot. And again, gotta let the sander do all the work. We should not have to really press down on it, and that's the way the sander should work. Let the sander do all the work. So stay tuned. Okay, here we go. So you see the 14 pounder Makita rips right through the, with 2 layers of paint on there, and it took seconds to come off. So it worked very well. Let's try the Craftsman 4 pounder. Okay, here's the Craftsman 4 pounder. Well, as you can see, it took a little bit longer to do the with the 14 pounder Craftsman, but not bad. So 6 or half dozen the other. With a deck my size, I used the Makita, which would make the job go a little bit faster, and that's it. Just a word of caution: when you're dealing with any power tools, it's good to have, but especially with the larger sander, use air protection, because if you keep doing this for a couple hours on end, it gets pretty loud. Although this only has 87 decibel, which is quiet for the sander, but over a long period of time, it's nice to have some air protection, and that's what I have. I do have air protection. It's for my air muffs from the gun range. So you would use this. And it wouldn't hurt to have an N95 mask as a respirator, because the dust does build up indoor and outdoors, and there's a vacuum. There's still dust getting up. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. So that's it. I hope this helps. And next video, I'm going back to my trains and give you some more tips and tricks about the repairs and customization. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a like. If you like this very much, subscribe to my channel. We're going to have more good stuff coming towards you. So have a great day and be safe.